Hi, this is Tracy HD, and I want to thank you for joining me today for another daily energy and guidance reading. And we are still using the Work Your Light Oracle card deck by Rebecca Campbell. You can use this as a pick a card, one, two, or three, or a blended reading. I consider this a timeless reading, so whenever this finds you is when you're meant to get the message. As I shuffle the deck, I'm asking all light beings, angels, and God, please relay the message I need to share with my viewers for the highest good of all. Card number 1 from the top, card number 2 from the center, and card number 3 from the bottom. Okay, so card number 1 is Star Mother. And how beautiful is that? The blue gown is just so peaceful, and that was the first thing that caught my eye. As soon as I saw this, I was just like drawn into that color of blue. And the card reads, how can you mother yourself? And yes, this is so important. It's all about self-love and nurturing. A lot of us put ourselves last. We take care of everybody else's needs around us and leave ourselves for last, if ever. And we got to stop doing that. We deserve the love that we give so freely to others. We deserve the nurturing. We deserve to embrace our inner child and do what makes us feel happy. It is not selfish. Okay, it's very important to have a healthy, balanced life. We can't just be giving, giving, giving all the time and not giving to ourselves, because sooner or later we're going to feel empty, depleted, exhausted. The book reads, you are more held than you could possibly imagine, loved and cherished so clearly that if you knew, you would not spend 1 second of your life in separation, worry, or fear. Let the mother carry your burdens. Let her rock away your fears. Lay all of your worries, regrets, shames, and guilt on her altar. Please, please, sweet child, do not fear. You are love in motion. If you allow it, you are already healed. Let her remind you of your godness. Let her love away your fears. Your capacity to love and hold others is limited to your capacity to love and hold yourself. Be compassionate with your sweet body, mind, and soul. Treat yourself like the beautiful spirit that you truly are. Remind yourself that you're doing the best you can. Try not to carry it all on your own. You've got this, and the mother has got you. Let her broad arms take away your burdens. Let her lift the weight of the world off your shoulders. Forgive yourself, my dear sweet child of the earth. How beautiful. I mean, the message is amazing. The artwork, this beautiful, beautiful picture. It's telling someone out there that it's time to love and nurture yourself. Because if you don't have love within yourself, you can't possibly give what you don't have. Very, very beautiful. And then the next card, I believe these cards were upside down the deck. Warrior Woman. Okay, and it shows this woman with this sword being held up. To me, this reminds me of like the Queen of Swords in Tarot. Okay, and it's a very serious energy coming from this card. I mean, swords are mental images, thinking, truths coming out. Here I am in my tarot frame of mind. But this card here is saying, if you weren't afraid, what would you do? And what are you being called to do or face that requires courage? If you weren't afraid, what would you do? Living a heart and soul led life is not all fluffy and smooth sailing. Living a heart and soul led life requires courage to triumph over fear. So often our fears are gatekeepers to our greatest gifts, and the more resistance we have towards answering a call, the more important it is for our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. Joan of Arc was known for her courage and her famous line, I'm not afraid, I was born to do this. But the thing about courage is that it's not possible without fear. So if you're feeling afraid, what is needed is courage, and courage comes from living from the heart. Think of your fears as opportunities to expand rather than things that are holding you hostage. If you look at your fears in this light, then, and as uncomfortable as it may feel, it's actually a sign you are on the right track. Yeah. Again, I'm getting this feeling from this card, like the Queen of Swords. And I'm thinking to myself, like, she's been through it all. And somebody watching this video right now has been through it all, like the Queen of Swords. She has her sword drawn. You might be feeling defensive. You were fearful at one point. You're slowly getting over that. We all have fears because we don't know what the future holds. Okay, we don't know exactly, what we're supposed to be doing on our path. We kind of go day by day, trust our intuition, do what we feel is the right thing to do. And this card is telling someone, do not fear. Whatever is in your future is going to be way better than what you've been through and what has been in your past. This sword is like such crystal clear clarity that, we're all in this together. And, we're all fearful. Every day there's something that maybe triggers you or maybe makes you feel, oh, maybe I should stay in my comfort zone. That's a little too risky, put myself out there. But you've got to put yourself out there. If you stay in your comfort zone, you're going to stay stagnant. You're not going to grow. So this is telling us that we need to face our fears in order to progress, and there's nothing to be scared of. Even if we fail, it's still a learning experience. We still learn something from it, so it's not a waste of time. And then the last card is the Priestess, and we had the Priestess a few weeks ago, if not last week. And again, my mind keeps going back to like tarot when I see these cards, like, the warrior woman is making me think of the Queen of Swords, and now the Priestess is making me think of the High Priestess. And that's what I'm getting from Spirit. And this is telling us, how are you being called to step up and lead? So with this first card, the Fear card, okay, that means you're going in the right direction. And we are being called upon to step up and lead. And we can't allow this fear, to paralyze us and to make us feel uncertain and doubt ourselves. It says the Priestess is a teacher dedicated to service, freedom, and leadership. You don't need to have it all together to lead. In fact, it helps if you don't. No one wants a perfect angel who hasn't made any mistakes. Let your life be your message. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your story. It's by hearing someone else's journey that we feel less alone. We realize that we're actually all in this thing called life together. Yeah, that's exactly what I said with this other card, that, we're in this together. There's no need to fear. Okay, we're going to deal with whatever comes our way. And we're going to become stronger and stronger and more knowledgeable. And we're going to advance upon our spiritual path. The difference between a follower and a leader is that a leader has the courage to go first. In stepping out, they shine a light on the path for others to venture forward. And yes, if other people see you stepping out and you moving forward, you're going to inspire them to do the same. People pay a lot of attention to our words and our actions, and sometimes they may not respond to what we're doing or react to what we're doing, but there could be a lot of eyes on you right now wondering, what's the next move going to be for this person? Are they going to be brave enough to do this or that? So you don't know who you might be inspiring. So it's time, to step up. And, don't worry about trying, to work out, what's the best course of action. Don't get stuck with, oh, I'm too old for this, or I don't have enough money for that, or I'm not educated enough. You just got to move forward. You've just got to move forward, and you don't need anyone's permission, just the courage to stand up, embrace your struggles. You don't need to know the way. None of us know exactly what we need to do, when we need to do it. We're all going through this together, and we're all feeling our way. Beautiful, beautiful message today. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like it by giving it a thumbs up, share it, and above all, subscribe, because I will be back with more.